exactly is Sun WuKong? Now, a lot of people are getting it wrong, thinking Sun WuKong was a made-up fictional character who was introduced into the journey of the West. But actually, the journey of the West was based off of Chinese mythology. Let me explain. First of all, let's start by what does Sun WuKong mean? Now, when you translate Sun WuKong in Chinese, as I've researched, it literally translates to the monkey who awakened by the emptiness. Now, even though how Sun WuKong came to be is still a thing of mystery because we just said that there was a rock covering a part of Mount Huagao, and this rock was blown by a stiff breeze, and under it emerged a young monkey. Even though this monkey was very young, he could talk and he could walk. Now, it was said that when he opened his eyes for the first time, there was giant golden lights that beamed from his eyes and beamed into the sky, and it startled everybody, even the Jade Emperor. Now, the Jade Emperor made sure that he found out where this light was from, and he found out that it was from a young monkey. And he thought to himself, there's no way this light could have come from a young monkey. So he let him be. Now, Sun Wukong discovered some other monkeys that were living in the forest, and he decided to live with them. He became the Monkey King after being the only one who was brave enough to perform a dare that was given by his other monkeys. They were at the waterfall, and they decided whoever is brave enough to jump through this waterfall and find the source of this waterfall would be the Monkey King. And he was the only one brave enough, and he jumped and he became the Monkey King. That was how he became the Monkey King. Now, being the Monkey King, he had all his monkeys behind him. So this gave him a lot of power and gave him a lot of confidence to exploit the forest and go on big battles like battling the Dragon King and also other sea demons. Now, the experts from all these battles that he went on are the armors that you see around him, the gold-plated armor, all the armors that you see Sun Wukong wielding are the experts that he got from all these battles that he went on. Now, when the time came for Yang Wang to collect the soul of the Monkey King, if you don't know, Yang Wang is the fifth king of hell in the Chinese mythology and also the ruler of hell in the Chinese mythology. I have a full video talking about this. It's on my page. I will tag it to this video. Now, when the time came for Yang Wang to collect the soul of Sun Wukong, it tricked Yang Wang into allowing him to go back to Earth without going through reincarnation. Now, while this trick was happening, he went into Yang Wang's chambers. He raised his name and the names of all his other fellow monkeys from the book of life and death. And this feared Yang Wang, made him feel like there was going to be a huge repercussion. So he had to appeal to the Jade Emperor. Now, the Jade Emperor, upon hearing this, was impressed in a way and invited him to come and live with all the other gods in the heavens because his power was, a bit too much for the creatures on earth. Now, upon hearing this, Sun Wukong was happy. He said goodbye to all his friends and made way to the heaven. Now, upon getting to the heavens, he found out that he was given the lowest task there could be in the heavens. He was assigned to watching over the horses of all the other gods in the heavens, and he felt like this will not make all the other gods respect him. So he started searching for immortality, which was kind of like a way for him to prove himself, even though he was kind of like already immortal, but he needed a way to prove himself as an indispensable, part of the kingdom. Now, the emperor held the party for his wife, invited all the gods, but did not invite Sun Wukong. Now, Sun Wukong unknowingly went to the party and he was laughed at by everybody at the party, by all the gods at the party. Now, this really got Sun Wukong angered. Now, in the fit of annoyance, he declared himself the great sage, which means that he was equal to everything in heaven, making himself equal to even the Jade Emperor himself. Now, as you can imagine, this angered the Jade Emperor. And what did he do? He sent a battalion after the Monkey King to go and subdue him, but none of them proved to be, at the level of his power, of his abilities and his powers. Now, the Emperor's hands were tied. Also, he was impressed and gave him a new role. He promoted him in a way, but was still kind of like a mockery because the Monkey King now felt that he was equal to the Jade King. But he gave him a role. He was to guard the royal immortal pitches in heaven. Now, Sun Wukong actually took this role and he was guarding the royal pitches. But one day he was like, enough is enough. He cannot be having this much power and be guarding just mere pitches. What did he actually do after this? He sat and he ate all the immortal pitches in the garden. Imagine how angry and how furious this made the Jade Emperor. Now, the Jade Emperor was angry. He sent a lot of battalions. He sent like two battalions to go after Sun Wukong. But still the same story. They were no match for Sun Wukong's ability. Now, the Jade Emperor, running out of ideas and what to do, he went to cry out to Buddha and say and explain the whole thing to Buddha and asked Buddha to please find a way to subdue Sun Wukong. Now, Buddha immediately answered his plea and subdued Sun Wukong under a mountain for him to reflect on what he has done and how he should have done things better or different. Now, this is the origin story of Sun Wukong and what led to Journey to the West. Thank you so much.